Welcome everybody to the Lantern Sports pregame show. It is the Bucks versus the Ducks here in week 2 of the college football season. I'm your host Kevin Lapka alongside my fellow co-host Casey Smith here to break it all down for you following a week 1 victory over Minnesota 45-31. Ohio State Buckeyes face a tough task in number 12 Oregon. First game with fans in the shoe in a long time. Casey, you know what that means. All eyes, about 100,000 of them, on quarterback C.J. Stroud making his second collegiate appearance. What do you like from him this Saturday?
Yeah, definitely, Kevin. I think the student section in Minnesota last week, they were rocking, they were rowing the boat. So I think C.J. Stroud will be able to handle the hometown crowd for the first time ever. You saw a little bit of the jitters last week when he was 8 for 14, 58 yards and an interception in the first half. The message boards were calling for his head. They were calling Quinn Ewers to get up to Minneapolis as soon as possible. But in the second half, he was definitely settled in and turned it around. And he was 5 for 8, 236 yards and 4 touchdowns. So I think he's definitely going to be able to repeat that performance.
But this is not going to be a game where you can just dump it off to Javion Henderson or Chris Olave and have him run 70 yards for the touchdown. This is a good Oregon defense, but they may be missing their number 1 player, one of the best in the country, if not the best in the country, in Kayvon Thibodeaux. Day-to-day, dealing with a sprained ankle is going to be sort of a game-time decision, according to head coach of the Oregon Ducks. That's kind of an injury you can play through most of the time. You may not be 100%, but you can typically play through a sprained ankle if you get the proper care, proper tape. But that's supposed to be the number 1 prospect in the 2022 NFL Draft, one of the best players in the country. What do you think that does to Ohio State's offense if Thibodeau's not able to play?
I think that just plays into their hands, Kevin, to be honest with you. C.J. Stroud, he was able to stay upright. Ohio State's offensive line didn't allow a sack at all last week, and I think that's going to be definitely important to Ohio State's success on the offensive end of the ball. And 4 tackles by trade on Ohio State's offensive line, so their pass protection will definitely be A-plus stuff.
Last week, Thibodeaux played 1 quarter in just over 10 minutes of gameplay, recorded a sack and a forced fumble. So you know what his capabilities are. But let's take a look at another stat here. We're going to look at the record against AP Top 25 teams since 2015. Casey found this stat, and this is real interesting. You look at Ohio State having played more competition against those AP Top 25 opponents. But looking at those 2 records, my apologies, what do you interpret from that?
Well, the glaring obvious point is that Ohio State's played a lot more plus competition, and as you can see, they've played 30 to Oregon's 21 AP Top 25 games, and 4 of those losses for Ohio State in the college football playoffs. Right. So they're playing plus competition. They're a perennial powerhouse year in and year out. And the only regular season loss to an AP Top 25 team was the famous Baker Mayfield game where he planted the flag post game right there on the Block-O 50-yard line. September 9th, 2017. And Oregon, they don't even have a winning record against AP Top 25 opponents, and 5 of those 9 wins, coincidentally, on the road. So they can leave Eugene and they can still get the job done.
Yeah, they're going to be ready to play on Saturday. This is going to be no easy task, but nonetheless, we're going to have fans back in Ohio State. I mean, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. The atmosphere is going to be great, and we'll be there to cover all of that here at Lantern TV. You can follow us postgame for our postgame show analysis alongside our sports editors and our highlight show that will be all live on YouTube just hours after the game. Also follow us on socials throughout the game at Lantern TV OSU and at The Lantern OSU. We'll post content throughout the game there. For myself, for Casey, this has been the Lantern Sports Pregame Show. We'll see you guys next time.